This is my 12-foot long TigerStop. Nice rollers. Just a nice automated backstop. 12-foot long. It's pretty nice. The way it works, you have this backstop here that just kind of flips up and out of the way when not in use. So that's kind of cool. So you're supposed to mount your saw over on this side over here. The way it works is once you have your saw here, and you just bolt it up. Yeah, you just have to figure out a way to mount it up to your saw. Make sure that the deck is flush with your saw. But the way it works is you just come to your keypad here, and you just type in whatever measurement you want, like 25 inches. Hit start, and this thing moves to 25 inches. Let's say you want to cut something at 60 inches. You hit 60 inches. Let's say 60 and a half inches. Half inch. That thing moves to 60 and a half inches. I'm going to type in 90 inches while you're not looking over here. 90 inches. And it moves to 90 inches. It's really easy to calibrate. I'm going to bring it back to 10 inches. So I'm going to type in 10 inches, which is where this thing was zeroed out at before. So 10 inches. I'll hit the start button. Okay, so this is telling us here the position. See, the position says 10. But if we actually measure, let's say your saw blade was right here at the very edge. Let's say at 5 inches. So let's just pretend that your saw was right here, cutting right down on this. I know it wouldn't be, but just to show you how to calibrate, 5 inches. So all we would do is at this screen here, we hit program, we hit calibrate, we hit, see number 2, calibrate, so we hit the number 2 here. Okay, then we type in what it actually is at right now. We tell it, hey, this backstop is actually 5 inches away from our saw, not 10 inches. So we just hit 5 and hit program, and now it remembers that. So now if we plug in 10 inches and hit start, it'll go right to 10 inches. So it's right on. So guess what happens when I hit, let's say 50 inches. 50, start. It's going to move right down out to 50 inches. So there's my tape up against there, and there's my tape over here, 50 inches. So it's pretty cool, and they can go all the way out to 12 foot. So this thing does adjust here. It swivels around. It could also go up and down. You can telescope up and down. So let me turn it over this way. So now let me go to, I don't know, 105 inches. 105. And start. Off it goes. Bring it back. Now let's bring it back to, let's say, 4 inches or something. I don't know. Type in 4. You can do decimal equivalent. So you can do like 4.25. It's 4 1/4. Hit start. Here it comes. Okay. Now I'll measure it. This should be right at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. So pretty accurate machine. It just plugs into standard 110 outlet. You can also plug it into a computer to program. Have programs go directly from your computer. We don't use that. This piece plugs back in over here. That goes to the wall outlet there. This is a stand it comes with. Only one of these. So you got just one pair of tubes that sits on that red thing underneath there, so it adjusts over there. Great saw. We have another 10-footer that we use more than this 12-footer. The 12-footer just takes up too much room for us. We don't cut that much long stuff. That's it. Thank you. Alright, some people have asked how this thing works. I just fired this thing up. I just turned it on. It's going to go through the sequence here. Some people have asked how this thing connects to our saw. This is going to go through its thing here. How we connect this to our saw, or what kind of saw do we use? This is our Ellis bandsaw. Great saw. It's a dry saw. Very cost effective. It's the 1800, Ellis 1800. You can kind of see how we have the rollers hooked up here. This is just doing a self-calibration. It'll tell us when it's done here in a minute. Looks like it's done. So this is our saw here. Just a pretty basic saw, you know, nothing terribly fancy. You can see how we just have this thing lined up perfectly there. And it's just bolted on there. And with ours, let me let the saw down here. Saw's going down. Okay, so with ours, you just do like 25 inches, hit start. There it goes. Let me get my tape measure. And now you'll see that from here to our saw is 25 inches. Okay, so if we want to do like 26.75 inches, it'll do 26.75. And sorry, I had to extend my tape there. There you go. 26 3/4. These TigerStops, this is identical to the last one you saw. It does do both millimeter and inches, so you can switch back and forth. I don't know really how to do that since we don't deal in millimeters. We do have the manuals for them too. Covers all the stuff that these saws do. And in here it'll tell you how to convert from inches to millimeters. It also talks about how you can program cut lists, so if you're doing a whole bunch of stuff, you can program into this thing and then it'll memorize those measurements. 10 inches. Start. Oops, start. What did I do wrong? Stop. 100 inches. Start. It also is a pusher, so in this setup we have here, you can see this is just a portable house that we built on a platform. You can see all those rollers that go out there. So we bring material in, we feed it in, some long 60-foot sticks. We can bring it in and we can either use it as a backstop or we can push material back out the other way. Either way you can do that. But yeah, it works out pretty cool. It makes cutting a heck of a lot faster.